Hey everybody, I'm Reagan Archibald, functional medicine and regenerative medicine practitioner. This is
Jenny Iyer, the wellness coach here at East West Health.
And we're so excited to show you the Fitness 50 at age 100 benchmarks. And this was a concept created by Dan Sullivan with Strategic Coach. And so what Jenny and I are going to do is show you why you want to do these exercises no matter what age you're at and what they show you as far as an internal health perspective goes. And we're going to show you exactly how to do them as well. So welcome to the Fitness 50 at age 100 challenge. The very first exercise we're going to do are push-ups. The reason why we chose push-ups is because of one particular study where they followed 1,100 firefighters for the course of 10 years, and they found that the firefighters that could do 40 or more push-ups in under a minute had a 96% less chance of having cardiovascular disease. As you go through these exercises, we're going to go through the flow, and your ideal would be to start with push-ups, and then you're going to go through each one of these exercises and then test yourself so that you can see, are you in the fit category, in the fitter category, or the fittest. For the push-ups, the fit, you're going to be able to do 15 push-ups in less than 50 seconds, or 50 seconds is the deadline. If you're the fitter, you're going to be able to do 25, and if you're the fittest, you're going to do 40. Now don't worry if you're not there, we're looking for progress, and this is a measurement that you can use, and each one of these exercises have research behind it that shows that will improve your longevity. So let's move into push-up. So we'll go down and we'll demonstrate what a push-up looks like. Jenny's doing a modified push-up. I'll do the full push-up, and what you're going to do is come down with a flat back, touch your chest, and come up. And you want to keep your core engaged, and then as you speed up, you'll be able to get a nice, easy flow. Now Jenny will demonstrate what it looks like if someone, maybe the knees is too much. So what would you recommend?
Yeah, so I would say the higher the incline, the better. So if you can start on a wall, this is a little bit of a windowsill, but just going down and back, and then slowly getting closer and closer to the floor. So you can go over to a sturdy table that you have, go down and up, bounce. And then eventually reaching your knees, getting on your knees, and then hopefully the goal is that you're strong enough to do a full push-up and work your way that way.
That's it. So don't worry, modify as you need to do it, but let's get going on push-ups. So the next exercise are planks. Now planks are important because they allow you to develop core strength. They also develop your shoulders, your trapezius, and your rhomboids. There's studies that actually show that people who can hold planks for longer don't have as many falls. And one of the things that happens as we age is we lose balance, and you can fall and fracture a hip, and that can lead to premature mortality. So planks, we're going to demonstrate right now what it looks like. So Jenny, if you're doing a plank, what she's doing is she's holding her arms out and she's contracting her body, and you want to squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Imagine that there's a string pulling you up, and then set your timer. So the fit version is 1 minute. If you can hold the plank for a minute, great, you're fit. If you can hold it for 2 minutes, you're in the next category, which is fitter. And then if you can hold it for 3 minutes, then we're going to give you the gold star of fittest. And so this is how you start. But if you can't do a full plank, Jenny, can you show a modification?
Yep, just go down to your knees, make sure you're still have a straight line over your hands, and you'll start here.
Beautiful, so that's plank. And don't worry if you need to modify these. As Dan says, don't get stuck in the gap, just think of the gains, because over time you'll be able to increase the time that you can hold this, the duration, and then you'll start to take out some of those modifications, and it will feel amazing. Okay, the next exercise in the Fit 50 benchmarks is grip strength. So this is what we call dead hang, and as you can see, Jenny and I are holding dumbbells, so we're not hanging, but what we want you to do is actually work on strengthening your grip. There's a study performed in Ontario, Canada, and what they found is that people who actually worked on their grip strength lowered their blood pressure, their systolic blood pressure. So remember, cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer. If you can work on your blood pressure just by increasing your grip strength. You're going to improve your cardiovascular fitness. The other thing the grip strength does is it teaches your brain to engage all the muscles in your body. So it tells your brain like, hey, you need to be strong. So one of the things we're doing is farmer carry. So I grew up on a farm in Idaho and I'd carry lots of buckets of water, buckets of grain for the cows and horses, and it really strengthened my grip. Jenny, what do you do to strengthen your grip?
I carry my 7-month-old in his carrier, and I carry groceries home. Oftentimes I'll walk to the grocery store and carry them home, so.
All those things, so every little thing counts, but the research shows you've got to work on it at least 3 times per week. So what we want you to do is get your forearms really strong, get that grip engaged, your whole body will follow suit. And then when you get a chance, go find a bar to hang from, and it's called a dead hang. And so for those of you who received the FIT award, you're going to be hanging for 30 seconds. For those of you who go fitter, you're going to hang for 60 seconds. And for those of you who are in the fittest category, you're going to be hanging for 90 seconds. And so this is really important because your grip strength connects to your brain, and that will allow your heart to relax, and you'll lower your blood pressure and decrease your chances of stroke, and you're going to live a long time. Okay, your next movement in the Fitness 50 is we're moving from the upper body to the lower body. And the most important exercise that you can do to ward off aging, because remember, death takes the low-hanging fruit and it doesn't want to work hard. So you want to be able to squat properly. Now squatting is really critical because not only is it good for your knees, it's good for your joints, but those big muscles in your glutes and your legs activate your hormones. So hormone optimization is a key of ours here to maintain health and longevity. And so by being able to do squats, not only can you have better physical fitness, but you'll be able to optimize your hormones. So should we show them what a squat looks like?
Yes.
And Jenny's going to do a squat without any assistance. I'm going to show you what it looks like to use a chair when you do a squat. So ideally you're going to come down and you're going to keep your chest up, your arms out so you keep your balance, and then you're going to go back on your heels and then come down and up.
And show them from the side too.
Yeah, there we go. And so we'll come down and come up, and ideally what you're going to do is see how many squats you can do in 50 seconds. So for those of you who can get to 20 squats in 50 seconds, you're fit. If you can get to 35, you're fitter. And for those of you who can do 50 in 50 seconds, you're the fittest, because that's like every 1 second, so you can move pretty quick and get it done. All right, let's see you do your squats. Okay, the next movement that we're doing is we're continually focused on the lower body now, and you're going to do a wall squat hold. And so a wall squat hold, not only does it help you maintain better muscle endurance as you do these, but research has shown that it helps with posture. It actually can help some of the tech neck. Jenny, you know the tech neck, right?
Yep, looking down at your computer all day.
That will do it. And so this is how you perform the movement, and you want to set your timer as you do this. You're going to bring your feet about 12 inches away from the wall. You're going to lean against the wall, and then you're just going to come down and you're going to hold. And so we're going to set the timer, and for those of you who get to fit, you're going to be able to hold for 30 seconds. Fitter is going to be 60 seconds, and the fittest is 90 seconds. So grab a wall and sit. Okay, the next movement in your Fitness 50 benchmarks are lunges. Now lunges are really important because they help with balance and coordination, but they also activate the glutes, they activate the quads, the hamstrings, and it's one of the most important exercises you can do as we continually get younger at an older age. And so let's demonstrate a lunge. What you're going to do is you're going to set your timer, and for those of you who get to the fit level, you'll be able to do 20 in 50 seconds. For those of you who get to the fitter level, you'll be able to do 35 in 50 seconds, and the fittest is going to be 50 lunges in 50 seconds. So you're really getting a good clip, and that means you've got great balance, great coordination, great glute strength, quad strength, hamstrings, everything is engaged in your upper body as well. So a lunge, in order to do it properly, we're going to do a lunge where you step backwards and you step down and stop before your knee hits the ground, and then come up. And then you step back and then come up. And notice how you keep your chest up, and Jenny will show you from that angle. And as you keep your chest up, that's how you keep your balance. The thing you don't want to do when you do a lunge is go to the side, and then you start getting off balance and things can go bad fast. So with your lunges, remember, keep your knees straight, don't let them wobble in or out. Make sure if you have a physical trainer, if you've got any kind of injuries to your knees, get help first. Dan says create your checklist, your what needs fixing checklist. Let's get some regenerative medicine going in those things and get them healthy. But lunges are your next Fitness 50 benchmark. Okay, so the next movements in your Fitness 50 at age 100 is the sit to stand test. Now this one's not easy.
It's not.
Because what you have to do is engage your entire muscle group in your body, and it shows that you've got good balance, good coordination, but it also is a way of testing how healthy your brain is. And so when you do the sit to stand test, the fittest of you, the fit will be, you can do 3 in 50 seconds, the fitter will be 5 in 50 seconds, and the fittest will be 7 in 50 seconds. So don't get frustrated if this is your first time trying it, but what the research has shown is that actually they can predict mortality rates in people's ability to do this or not. So if you want to stave off the Grim Reaper, then get really good at sit to stand. And this is what I like to do before I work out. It's a great warm-up for the whole body. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down, all the way down on your rear end, straighten your legs out, and then you're going to use a lot of force to move yourself up. So you come down again, and once again, you're gonna have your timer set. Now lean forward, up, and just do that. And once you start getting the hang of it, you'll start really enjoying the way they feel. So that's your sit to stand test. Let's see how you do. Okay, the next movement in your Fitness 50 benchmarks is the sit to rise test. Now this one is going to really push your coordination, but it's one of the most important. There was a breakthrough study in 2005 where they found that people who could sit to rise from the floor with no support actually had lesser causes of mortality and disease than people who needed more support. So in some studies they found that the more hands and the more pivot points you needed to get from the floor to standing, that determined how long you're going to live. So we're going to have Jenny demonstrate. The first step is to get to the fit level and sit to rise, and that's where you use 2 supportive processes. So,
yep, so using both hands, standing up.
And that's the fit. So if you can do that, that's great. That gets you to the fit level.
And the next one is if you just have one support.
So that's using one hand. That gets her to the fitter level. But the fittest, let's see if Jenny can do it with no hands. So all eyes are on you, Jenny. So can she do it? Yay! She did it. So that's the goal, to get to no support, sit to rise, and one continuous movement. Okay, the next movement in your Fitness 50 benchmarks is focused on balance and coordination. And this, in the studies, it actually is a predictor for having a stroke or any kind of cerebral vascular disease. And so what I want you to do is I want you to pick an object in the distance, and you're going to lean on one foot and bring your other foot up. And for those of you who are fit, you're going to be able to hold this for 20 seconds. So the research shows if you can't hold it for 20 seconds, you're at a greater risk of a stroke. So good, you made it 20 seconds. Now the fitter will go 35 seconds and the fittest will go 50 seconds. So let's see how you do on your balance. Okay, the next Fitness 50 benchmark is going to be endurance. Because remember, we're focused on muscle strength, building coordination, helping your core. But then we got to look at cardiovascular fitness. And so what we have you do is check yourself on a mile. So how fast can you run or walk a mile distance? And if you can't run or walk that for, maybe you've got knee issues, hip issues, remember, we can help that. So come see us. But you can also get on an elliptical machine, or maybe a rower, or maybe you like to swim, and so you can gauge it based on the activity that you like. But the fit will be able to run a mile or walk a mile fast in 12 minutes. The fitter will be able to do it in 10 minutes, and the fittest will be able to do it in 8 minutes or less. Jenny, what's your fastest mile? Jenny was a collegiate runner, still a really amazing runner, but fastest mile?
4:57.
Holy cow. So, do you think you'll be able to run that at the age of 50?
Oh man, I'd hope so, but probably not.
So what would be your goal at the age of 50?
I think at the age of 50, maybe 7 minutes, 7:30.
Okay, so yeah, so Jenny will be the fittest, and I'll be huffing and puffing behind her trying to catch up. But let's see how you do on endurance. Okay, so Jenny's going to demonstrate a full burpee. So notice how she jumps back. She's going to touch her chest. So there's your push-up. There's your squat. She jumps up and then touches her hands. And she does it again. And then as she gets going, you're going to really start picking up momentum. But for those of you who can't do a full burpee, and if you're trying to get to the fittest level, then you can do the modified version. And so what she's going to do, instead of doing a full push-up, she'll just jump up. And then instead of jumping, you can either jump or you can just go back and then up. So come down, so she comes there, up and up. So she goes to the plank and then up, and that's a burpee. So you can do it in either way that you want to do it, but the goal would be to do a full burpee where you do a push-up and then you come up and jump and touch your hands. All right, everybody, well, I want to congratulate you for making it through your Fitness 50 benchmarks. Jenny and I were here to support you in your process. Remember, it's not about mastery up front, but everything you do is going to be about mastering the fit, and then mastering the fitter, and then mastering the fittest, so that you're constantly progressing in your health journey. And so we appreciate you participating. Jenny, any final words of encouragement?
Just start, no matter where you're at, just get started today. Do the benchmark, see where you're at. Everybody has a starting point and a baseline, and then work your way up from that.
That's it. So once again, thanks Dan Sullivan and Strategic Coach for allowing us to be part of this process and getting this built. We're excited to see how the community does.